everyone's nose. Good morning. What the hell's poking at me? Oh, that's it. That's kind of wild. Nobody's on, but I got one like. Cool. Hey, you take it where you can get it. Hey, Nick. Good morning. What's going on, brother? I promise. I'm done with sanding this thing today. I promise. It's because you had a waiting room this morning. Did I really? How the hell do you have a waiting room? That's kind of wild. I don't remember setting it up, but okay. I'll have to experiment with that a little bit down the road. Hey, Seb. Good morning. Hello, chat. What's going on, Seb? Yeah, it said upcoming live, so I hit the button. No shit. Really? AI taking over. Before you know it, you won't even need me here. I'll just do a 3D scan of myself and some pretend models or whatever, and I'll just have AI run the whole thing. I'll continue to sleep. You know, the funny thing is, we joke about it, but likely at some point, that may end up happening. Anyway. Yeah, I was waiting for the stream by browsing video on YouTube. Oh, yeah. What videos were you browsing? It's always some fun stuff to find. A lot of my YouTube watching now has transitioned over to Gumball, funny man. I like to think so. I think I'm a pretty funny guy. Has transitioned over to just watching a lot of news-related stuff, just what's going on in the crazy world. But at the same time, I also have a bunch of videos I like to watch. And in fact, if Austin jumps in a little bit, Austin and Robert, if they jump in, we were talking yesterday, a couple days ago, about finding some acrylic-based washes to do, weathering and that kind of thing. There's a YouTuber who's from this area, from Massachusetts, Sprues and Brews. Great show, does a lot of traditional World War II based modeling, but he talks about using products from Flory models. So if anybody's familiar with Flory, that might not be a bad way to go. It's all water-based stuff, and it's removable by water. So I've never used it. I can't speak much about it, but it sounds pretty cool. I was looking at what the algorithm was proposing, and it all... Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. Mine is definitely starting to lean a lot more towards politics stuff, which is fine, but it also catches up with a lot of models. Since I do a lot of model stuff, models and ships, I continue to talk about. Hey, Richie, good morning. I continue to spend, I watch Ocean Liner Designs, which is great. because it's cool. It's like I like following what's going on with ships. They did a pretty hardcore series on the Morro Castle recently, a very lengthy 3-parter. So I think they're kind of trying to catch up to some rest. But that's a good one. Brick and Mortar hasn't done anything in a while. That's fascinating. Like, you want to watch an analytical series on, bridge collapses and boat sinkings. It is fabulous. I'll have that banner done by the end of the week. Hey, Richie, I'm actually using the logo that you gave me. Thank you very much. Ooh, hello. That was wild. Let me know what you think, because it's actually listed on my playlist. And very shortly, I'll be reaching out. I've got a couple of ideas of what I want to do for the Tuesday thing. I'll be reaching out to you about that as well. Thank you again, Richie. Appreciate the effort quite a bit. Oh, man. Woo. Sorry, guys. Today's, I don't know if it's allergies or what, but something's kicking my ass. I'm trying to make the algorithm towards my preferences, but it's hard, yeah. I think you almost have to just start watching some stuff, because now a lot of the stuff that pops up in my feed is either traditional model building, which is mostly what I watch when I'm on YouTube. Obviously the politics stuff that I watch, though Newsmax came up, which almost wigged me out. Like, oh no, get rid of that. Goodbye. That's not happening. And then, what was the other one? And then ships, like shipping disasters and, stuff like that. National Geographic, because a lot of it's ocean-based. No problem. Allergies were kicking my ass yesterday. Yeah, were they, Richie? Yeah, I think we're finally hitting into the season. It seems to be the case, right? We're heading into spring. Weather's feeling a little calmer, a little nicer, which obviously means that we're going to get smashed with some bad stuff. I got to clear this thing off. This sponge's got a ton of shit on it. Anyway, happy Tuesday, guys. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Early season, yeah. Are we rocking with feet chat? Are we? We could. I'm not sure I want to. Julian, welcome. Time for some surprise snow. Yeah. Oh, dude. Nick, actually, I know you're up in this area. I mean, I remember when my wife and I were dating and we were living in Boston, and it was like April 1st, because she had an interview at a school, and we got smashed. Like, we got a blizzard coming through, and oh, that's a freak thing. And then like the last decade or so, I think, you get through February and it's like, all right, I think we might coast through, and then suddenly March and April, bang. The right video, but it's all gone the drain. Oh no, since I watch everything to sometimes pass it, I'll try to reset. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, you got to take control of the algorithm. I'm clear coding the inner frame of the EZ8 later. I'm excited about that. That's nice. So I can start detailing, yeah. Richie, are you doing anything beyond just the assembly and painting, or are you doing anything special to the model? This one here was the worst of the bunch. This road, if you want to call it that, it's basically the two paths coming together, the two parts coming together. I will do a quick little show and tell. I got some stuff that came in yesterday. Yo! Swim Dad in the house. Ken, what's going on, man? I like calling you Swim Dad. Swim Dad. And once we get through with this, I'm going to get back to snapping together the bologna sandwich, as Richie likes to call it. Just want to get this thing kind of wrapped up. Seems like you found a solution to sand the small time. Yeah, basically just cutting a piece of the God hand sponge, the 2 millimeter, and then just using tweezers and just getting in between. It's still catching on some of the hardscape, like some of that city area there. It's because it's very ridged, right? You can actually see, like, you know, it doesn't take much to catch on it, but it works. It's better than it was before. Good time to get gardening. Yeah. I would like to do that. In fact, unfortunately, I got some other projects, but yes, I think it is going to have to happen. I might be taking down part of my deck in order to put in a little garden area near the house. Just finding the time. Ordered builder parts and chipping decals from Gundam Planet last night. Ordered builder parts and chipping decals. Hold it. These are decals that actually have, like, chipping on them, like water slides? Oh, that's interesting. Let's demo. I like demoing. I demoed when we bought the house. It came with an above ground pool, which we used for like first 5-6 years. It was having some problems. 7 years, however many years it was. And then it's like the girls preferred going to the public pool that we have here because it's more like a water park. Yeah, reworks. Interesting. I will say, if there's one thing I really enjoy, painting. I love painting chips on models. I love it. That's one of those things. It's like I would never do. Again, me personally, I wouldn't do, like, you know, what they call it, decals for that. I'd rather just like chip the model. The weathering process, that kind of little detail stuff is kind of fun. Not every model needs it. I really enjoy doing that. Let's demo. So yeah, we when we took down the pool, we literally took down the pool. And I took down the deck. We brought a container and I just like started hauling, you know, lumber, just tossing it. It's a fun time. I enjoyed that. I did a little bit of chipping on the bat plane, just a little, just a bit on the front edges of the wings, just to give it a little bit nicer, like a little bit of a war. I didn't want to overdo it because I just don't see that. You know, first of all, I'm not sure unless a plane's really been like going out in the field, it's going to get beat to shit. Again, I haven't studied enough about that, like looking at some World War II planes and seeing, you know, how often that happens. You literally have to be doing like a lot of like getting it on the ground, refueling, re-ammoing, bringing it back up and down, and doing that for a long time. Most of these, I don't remember what the history is on a lot of planes, but I don't think most of them survived more than a few months. I could be wrong. Like, not the pilot, but the plane itself. Okay, I think a little bit more. Customizing the EZ8 in my own colors and putting. Oh, good. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're doing custom paint job. I love it. Most popular NYC area code 718 MS team. Me being me. I like that we use, like here in the U.S. with area codes. I like using area codes to define like our group. When we had at turn 4, when we had the our build days, and one of our guys called it that. It was his name John. I haven't seen John in a while, but John called it Gundam 508, which I thought was awesome. That's just such a great name. I haven't used that. I used to use that as a hashtag for us locals. So yeah, the 718, huh? I think we're done. One last pass. Are the building on the tombstone 3D printed? No, actually, Seb, it's a Bandai. It's a Bandai set. I'll show you in just a second. There we go. I think we're done. Making the 718 MS team logo with font. The 8MS. Only problem is looking for that font. Yeah, finding fonts. Yeah, finding fonts is not an easy task. Seb, so if you can actually see in between, right? So you got this is a part, that's a part, and that's a part, and these three are part of a kit mostly. So I bought 3 packages of these kits, and they included 3 parts in each package. They have a tall building, a lower building, and then they also had a field. I didn't want to use the field, so what I ended up doing was using another one of the low buildings as the third part here and remove the field. So now what you've got is hey, Joe, good morning. So I got the tall building, the lower buildings in the background, which kind of gives it a bit of I think, like, if you're looking at it from this perspective, it's pretty obvious that it's separate buildings, but when the plane's in place, it might give a little bit of a forced perspective. In any case, so that's what they are. They're part of the, I don't know if I have it available. I don't have it available. They're part of a Bandai, God, what were they called? Like, Landscape Parts Package 04, I think is what it was. You can look that up and see if that comes up. Hey, Joe, good morning. All right, so we are officially wrapped up. In fact, I'm not even going to care too much about. I'm hoping as long as this isn't like ridiculously problem. Yeah, it's an action base. I think I can't remember. It's like a landscape action base, something like that. I spent a day looking at fonts for designing my friend's logo. Lucky he paid me in advance. The migraine I had after was unbearable. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Richie, that's impressive. My daughter's going to be painting this background, so I think with that, I'm not going to overthink. I'm not going to overthink it. Just now, I'm going to be doing a little bit of. Just get rid of some of this. There's still some graininess to this because the way I airbrushed it. I found it. Oh, good, you found it. Okay, cool. My Wheeler got the city action base with the freeway. I bought 11 of them. Yeah, I think I remember when you did that, Joe. Have you used those yet? Yeah, those are pretty. Some of that stuff that Bandai does is really cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get paid in advance. By the way, Richie, speaking of, if I need to kick you something, let me know for the logoing. Glad to. All right, there we go. All right, base is now done. So I'm going to talk to my daughter about paints, but my thought was this is all going to get hit in black. And then I will likely end up doing some kind of a wash on top of it. Or I may end up doing just, you paint the whole thing in black just to get everything kind of in creating the shadow. And then from like a top perspective, almost like from here, you hit it with gray. And what that will do is it'll create shadowing. What do they call that? Zenithal lighting. So do like a zenithal lighting thing and then go in and just hit other raised details, almost like dry brushing the thing, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing with this thing. And then just leaving it at that. Creating it's going to be more of a black and white type of an effect on this thing. I might break out another one of these just to experiment with, just to see how it comes out. Oh, and then your dear friend. Richie, I appreciate that, but I'm going to take care of you. All right, let's put that away. Whoops. Yeah, put that away right there. Okay, let's get these things cleaned off. No lights from the city? Nah. I think there's a couple things. Good question, Joe. No Zeppelin in the background. If she wants to paint something like that in the background, this background is going to be her. All I want is the Batman logo and then just some kind of a dark, cloudy night. Other than that, it doesn't matter to me. Zeppelin could be kind of cool, right? Just getting this schmutz off. There we go. All right, now I got. Oh God, I got to drink some coffee. Really got to get back to the coffee. Put that right there. All right, I'm gonna take a quick hit of coffee, and then what we're gonna do, I'm going to set this aside. Let's get Miyasa Hayase over here. I'm going to get to the bologna sandwich. Back some to put on the roof. I thought about doing that, Nick, and I unfortunately, trying to get that lit background would be very difficult. Not impossible. Could be done. So one of the things that I'm trying to do better at is how much do I want to continue to invest in something to get it perfect or one step further. At some point, you're going to have to just say, I need to move on to another project, right? Tim Burton, Gotham, Foggy Night. Yeah, that's exactly the imaging that I'm going for. that kind of, even if you watch like the original Batman series, the TV series, the bat symbol was always splashed on like clouds. It was like foggy night, poorly done, but foggy night, that kind of stuff. Even though that Gotham was obviously a very bright and sunny Gotham. All right, so with that, let me blow my nose real quickly, and we're gonna do a little quick show and tell. So, P Bandai orders like months and months and months ahead of time, right? Things. One of the packages showed up yesterday. So number one, this normally is not my cup of tea, but I picked up the Leo S. A few years back, and it was a fun model. The Leos are great. Building a Leo is absolutely a fabulous, fabulous model. And then this design is just spectacular. I can see doing these things kind of like battling each other, the Leo R and the Leo S. I have no idea what they're from. But that to me just looks really cool. So there's that. Take another hit. And then next up, so I don't know if they ever did this as a standard release. I've never seen that. Joe, that is from, this should be, they call it HG Aftercall. Is this from Wing? I'm going to take a guess and say it's probably from Wing. Because the Leos were featured in Wing, but I could be wrong. I don't know much about, let's see, what does it say here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Wing. I'll leave it to Richie to kind of chime in, or somebody who has more of a history of that type of stuff. And then I got to tell you, this is actually, I know we talked about them. They make a few of these, and they come with a couple of the, I can't remember if it's the 0080 or 0083 models, but they actually released a Draken E. I don't know why they made it a Gundam base only thing. The Leo from Gundam Wing and the Leo S are the new mobile report Gundam Wing dual G unit. Okay, that's what they're from. The Leo S and the Leo R. I gotta tell you, this is kind of groovy. Look at that. Hey, Peter. Good morning. Oh, those but missed out. Yeah. Hopefully they'll reprint it, because I got to tell you, this could be fun. What scale? I'm not. Do they actually call it out? Joe, I don't know that they actually give a scale for it, because it certainly isn't 1/144th. No scale listed. Let's get another hit of coffee, and then I'll show the last thing. I've got a tiny one that came in a kit. Yeah, I've got that one, which is why it's like when I saw that come across on P Bandai, it's like, ooh, that's kind of cool. I'll pick that up. For the Gundam base, do you pass by specific website or by eBay? So Seb, when I look at stuff like the Gundam bases, we've got about, oh God, because we're here in the US, there's a lot of shops online that sell these things. I picked them up from a company in Illinois, in here in the United States. I don't know of a place to buy them online on eBay. I apologize. Yeah, they had it at the Gundam base at NYCC last year. Hopefully it'll come back. They have Gundam base limited on P Bandai now. Yeah, which is smart. I appreciate that. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have any specific sites on eBay to recommend. I apologize. Who are the guys? I don't know why. Galactic Toys is who I would recommend for stuff like that. They usually have pretty good prices. I think they might be on eBay. I don't know. But Galactic Toys might be a place you want to take a look at on eBay. All right, and then the last one. So this is one of the two P Bandai of the RFV Zaku's, including the unidentified type that LaShawn piloted. This is basically the one that they kind of built up, the trashed one at the end. But it also includes LaShawn's regular standard unit too. Has a lot of gems. Yeah, absolutely, Richie. It's like they're like one of those places I completely forget about, and then it's like you go back and revisit. Oh, yeah, they got that. That's kind of cool. And they're, at least here in the United States, their flat shipping rates have always been great because it's, you can buy like like a ton of photo etch and pay $4. No worries, it's because here in France we don't have a lot of store that sell Gundam kits. Hey, they don't do P Bandai or Gundam base, so I have to pass by eBay. Really? They don't. None of them do that. There isn't like a European-based P Bandai site. That's maybe it's just me. I'd love to know. Again, as I've talked about in other places, I love statistics. I love numbers. I think numbers can be manipulated, but generally they don't lie. I'd love to see the statistics of how big Gundam as a gunpla is in Europe and by country, and hopefully somebody at Bandai back in Japan is saying, hey, by the way, this is a market that we can tap into. Anyway, so pretty excited about this beast. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look at this. I love it. Logs. I got Unit 5 HG from there. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've ever bought any Gundam from there, but boy, a lot of my MadWorks stuff came from there. All right, so with that, we got about 15 minutes before I got to bail. So I will show this real quickly. It isn't perfect. I'll have to look on, but the sale of Gundam kits is pretty recent here, about 2-3 years. Really? Now, I know that, Seb, you have a Gundam retailer. Was it Rise of Gundam, Gunpla? Are they in and around Paris, if memory serves? Now, I think they've had a store there for years. Now, again, I don't know if they're still there. I don't typically follow them. And I knew there was somebody. I just finished my Real Great Arc 70A2 Ryler. Nice. What'd you think of that model? I built the version 1. I'm kind of curious about the V2. What'd you think of it? The Bandai Collect UK branch hasn't popped off yet. That's weird. Now, Rise of Gunpla, yeah, I discovered it recently. Yeah, interesting. I think Rise of Gunpla has been around for, it's got to be 5 years, but I don't know how successful they are. This is not perfect. I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for good enough and to make it look like it's going to work. That's the propeller, the spinning blade. It isn't perfect. There's actually a mistake. You can almost see like right there, right where my finger is. You can see a little bit of a glitch. There's also one at the top here. I don't give a shit. At this point, this is done. Now, what's interesting is this is basically airbrushed with the dark part is these AK black gray, and the lighter part, which I actually misted along to kind of fog it up, was LP12, IJN gray Kura Arsenal. And these did fine. I thinned them like crazy. It's literally like half of the cup of in my airbrush was thinner, MLT, and then probably about 10 drops of paint, and that's it. I got to go. See you all tomorrow. Alrighty, Seb. Have a lovely rest of your day, my friend, and we'll catch you on the flip, okay? Do good. Good luck, and keep us posted on what you find Gundam-wise in France. I'm very curious. Anyway, so that's done, and it is now ready to be. It's not ready to be attached. I need to do. I need to top coat it, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do a gloss yet, or if I'm going to do a matte. I have not decided. I'm leaning towards matte, and then I'm going to have to panel on it, do a wash on it. Thanks, no problem. I'll keep you updated. Thank you, Seb. And then that's ready to go. Then the plane is done. The plane is done. Then I just have to work on the background. So with that, as it stands, it looks great. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. You know, once again, I'm getting to the point. Hey, Austin, what's going on, brother? Austin, I will try to send you a link in a little bit. I was thinking a little bit about what you and Robert were talking about in terms of washes that are acrylic based or non-mineral spirits based. Flory Models makes a clay based water cleanable, movable type of thing wash. I know nothing more about it. I've seen there's a local builder who has a pretty powerful YouTube channel, Sprues and Brews, and he uses that stuff pretty extensively and loves it. Interesting. I'll see if I can find it. But Flory Models, I've watched their YouTube page. He's a pretty damn good modeler, and he's had a YouTube channel forever. I've watched for a lot of his historical stuff. All right, so here we are. We're back to this guy. I love Hank. His channel's great. Yeah. So if you've watched his channel recently, he talks quite a bit about Flory Models. Yeah. Hank's a cool guy. Hank's a cool guy. I hope to see him again this year at PatCon. Hey, FYI, so I'm clicking on the feed mic, maybe failing on my speakers. Anybody else getting clicking? I mean, it could be my talking. My wife's home. I'm so happy. No clicking on your end? Okay, thank you, Peter. My wife came home. She's here for the week. So excited. That's why I didn't get to do any sanding last night, because she came home. It's like I'm hanging out with her until literally I'm falling asleep and we went to bed. No clicks here. No clicking. Hey, what's going on, Ray? I didn't even see you pop in. You being like silent but deadly. And by the way, I just want to point this out. I love this. Speaking of the devil.
You're speaking of me?
I'm speaking of my daughter.
Guess what? I am the devil.
You are the devil.
I am.
You're not going to show me something now.
No, I was going to tell you something.
Okay. Un momento, por favor. Make it quick.
So, there's roller derby classes?
Yes.
16 classes, $105.
Where?
Starting in Marlboro.
Oh, really?
Next Thursday.
My daughter's going to be taking up roller derby. I got to tell you, I'm stoked. Froggentoad! The devil needs clean leggings.
I do not wear leggings.
The younger devil needs leggings.
I do not wear leggings.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Love you, sweetheart. Nice.
I'm getting myself a sweater.
Every now and then, you get to meet the fam. All right, let's get these things out of the way. Are there things down here?
I just got myself my sweater.
Okay. Is she going to try out for Word? I have no idea.
No, Bay State Brawlers.
Bay State what?
Bay State Brawlers.
Bay State Rollers. Rollers?
Yes.
Not brawlers, rollers.
Brawlers.
Brawlers.
Brawl.
Brawl. so excited. I'm telling you, I'm stoked. Anyway, Frog and Toad, right? Love Frog and Toad. I grew up on Frog and Toad. It's like the best. If you don't, you should. If you got kids young enough, go get Frog and Toad or Friends. Everybody needs that in their collection. Good evening. Hey, Edwin. Good evening. How are you, my friend? All right. Let's get back to ARM. C11. Let's see if I can actually get Frog and Toad. There are secret adventure at Disney World where you walk around, find the clues. Cool thing I did. Seems a Bolinoak on the menu today. Yeah, I got the sanding done before you popped in. I got the sanding done on the base. I should be done with it. God, I hope so, Edwin. And I just kind of walked through the propeller a little bit, and I did a little bit of it. You can actually see right through it, right? So it's clear, just fogged. And now I just need to do something for the next, 5-10 minutes before I bail. And I did a little show and tell too of some of the stuff I picked up from P-Band. I just dropped yesterday or came in yesterday. Anyway, thoughts on the build so far? The Bolinoak-Sammahn E, I think it's a fabulous build. It's terrific. The Bolinoak on the menu. She can talk with Katie if she has any questions. Does Katie actually do roller derby too? Oh yeah. Almost finished the armored vehicle today. We'll put on the lamp tonight and call it done. Nice. Propeller looks great. It's Peter. I'd love your input when you see it in person because I think it looks really good here. I'd love to see what people see it when it comes to real life. I am kind of curious what people think about whether I do gloss or flat coat on it. I just found the channel and I have a perfect grade in progress. Do you have any tips? It's my first one, and it's the PG Banshee Norn Unicorn. Katie played and coached for Heart. Oh yeah, I'll have Zoe talk to her. I'm going to see if I can get Zoe to come to ValleyCon. I'm not sure it's going to happen. She might have work. Let's see. All right, so Skeleton. I'm also amazing saying, it's gone too long. I vote flat coat. I do too. Thank you for confirming that. All right, so any tips for, it's my first one. I've never built a PG. I've built plenty of models, so it's no different. It's just probably going to have a lot of parts on it. Just take your time, assemble it. And as the way I work normally when I'm assembling a model, even like this Bolinoak-Sammahn, as I'm assembling it, my first thought, my thought's always drifting to, does that part come together well? Is there something I need to do to make it cleaner? And is there something I can do to make it better? Some people think in terms of colors. I normally don't. My brain works much more towards construction. So I would just say, as you're assembling it, looking at it, be patient because I'm sure it's going to have a lot of small parts, and have fun with it. Don't forget to have fun. We build models because we want to have fun, right? I say gloss top coat. So I got Ray with the gloss and I got Peter with the flat. Okay, so maybe I'll have to do matte. Semi-gloss. Skeleton, I'm not sure if that helps at all, but hopefully it does. I think everybody's got their processes. Never work on your model when you are tired. Generally speaking, Edwin is 100% correct. I have literally been watching TV, snapping together something, and fallen asleep with cutters in my hand, parts ready to be, cleaned up, and just crashed out. Not good. Matte. I got a matte now. I got 2 for matte, or flat, matte, and gloss. Okay. You get my pics of the finished Jeep. Stupid thing came out so damn good. I'm pissed. In fact, I have not responded yet, Austin. I did get the pics. I saw the Jeep. I'm like, that came out pretty good. Bring it to ValleyCon and bring it to the next meeting. Careful with the wires. Make sure not to pinch any if you got the lighting kit for the PG. Again, people who have more experience with it, excellent recommendation, E. Thank you. Eggshell. Yeah, nice. Biggest thing is to never rush a kit. Yeah. Never rush a kit. Have fun. Yeah. And if you feel like you're getting to the point, and this is why I've kind of stopped working on the T90. If you get to the point where it's just like, this isn't fun, set it aside. Give it a day or two, come back to it. I will be coming back to ripped mine. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, that's not good. E, were you able to repair it? I don't think I'm going to get to anything. I'm having so much fun talking. Let's see if I can get one part on. Let's see, one. Kinda, yeah. George really needed to hear the slow down. This isn't a race. Yeah. It's not a race. This is why I wanted to have this thing done at the end of January and then at the end of February. I'm not going to take it any further than this. I don't want to, but I'm at a good point, but never rush building a model. It flickers. So, E, did you glue the model together or did you just simply just snap it together? Because if you didn't glue it, can you get into it? Can you get into the wiring to see if you can fix it? I guess if you've glued or painted it, it's going to be a little difficult. More fun on YouTube than Instagram. Oh, I think so. Anybody? Okay, raise of hands. Anybody having fun? Like, I'm having a ton of fun being here on YouTube. I'm seeing new faces. My the stalwarts are here. No complaints. No complaints. Raise your hand, of course. I may have to nickname. There we go. We got one from Edwin. I think we're gonna have to rename Ray. Retirement Ray. Top coated, kind of dreading to do something. Yeah, that'd be very difficult. And I will say, the little I guess the little icons and graphics and emojis and all that other stuff, they seem to be cooler than what's on Instagram too. All right. Let's get this part on. Hey, look at that. I got a part assembled. Yay! It's kind of groovy. Okay. Hey, okay. I feel like I've accomplished something today. I'm not going to do any more. That's it. That's the one part. That's the only part I put on. But somebody can't say you didn't work on plastic today, even excluding the sanding. Someone can't say you didn't build something. I did build something, so leave me be. All right. So as you get ready to bring this out, one lab done. Morning work on personal project, the Magella. Are you doing the Magella attack? Oh, that's cool. I love the emojis, Joe. Anyway, so for people who are just popping in for the first time, my name is George. Don't hesitate to come on back. I do this every morning where possible. I do want to talk about Sunday before I bail. I do this every day, 6 a.m. Eastern time here in the United States. It's mostly just me building a model, whatever it is, and talking with people. Painting the one for old school Magella. Oh, the old one. I was just looking at that model a couple days ago as I was boxing up a bunch of stuff, Edwin. How did you find it? Because I love that design. It's stupid, but it's beautiful. Anyway, hope people will pop back in because it's always nice to meet new people around the world, wherever you are. The point of the show is to chat, build models, answer questions if they come up. It's usually just hanging out and chatting with people. So hopefully people will come back and spend more time here. Sunday, my younger daughter's a dancer. This is her final year of dance competition. So Sunday, there will be no live stream. So what does that mean? Because I started I bought it about 3 years ago when Bandai is doing, yeah, same. Cool, Edwin. But you'll like it. I will likely get to the Dendrobium on Saturday, since I'll have a little bit more time. I might spend an hour or two on it. I haven't decided yet. Maybe come back over here. We'll see. But this coming weekend, normally Sunday would be the Dendrobium. It'll be on Saturday because Sunday there will be no live stream because we've got to be on site by like 6:30 a.m. So anyway, with that, keep that in mind for this weekend. I'll certainly mention it again when we get to Friday, just as a reminder, but just keep that in mind. So now, guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. It's actually the first kit I ever bought and work on when I was in elementary. Oh, really? Oh, history too. I love it, Edwin. Later, Nick. Have a good one, brother. Go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Every day, we're getting crazier and crazier, nuttier and nuttier. It's up to us individually to make it a better planet. Make somebody's day a better day. Brighten somebody's day. Just do something good for somebody and do something good for yourself. So with that, I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Enjoy the day. Do good. Brighten the world. Love you all. And peace.